Hi, I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben.
And we are AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching Kaguya-sama, Love is War, Season 2, Episode 4. Last episode was great. What am I talking? It was a great episode. We ended with Miyuki putting his forms in to run again to be president. Vote for Miyuki. But then we saw the girl looking at the poster looking all sad.
You think she looked sad?
I think she looked kind of sad or energized maybe.
I think it was more like I'm gonna do this kind of energy.
I'm hopeful that she isn't sad because I was thinking for a second she was hopeful that she was going to be president, but seeing...
and then Miyuki, and then she couldn't be president?
Yeah.
Well, she could train under him. She's probably a younger student.
That's what I think will probably happen. You know?
It's going to be interesting if they're throwing another character into the dynamic, because it took maybe a few episodes to introduce Chika into the dynamic and make her be kind of an integral part of the dynamic. Mm-hmm. And then Ishigami had a little more ways to go to become integral in the dynamic.
Yeah.
And now he is. And now he knows how much he missed out on beforehand. So I feel like we're going to see a lot more of him now because he realized how much bonding and memories he missed out on in season 1.
My thing is I want more Ishigami, not even just face value, him being in a funny scene or something. I want to learn more about him. Mm-hmm. And I hope that if we introduce more characters, that wouldn't take away from opportunity for Ishigami to have a moment or an episode. I want Hayasaka too. More Hayasaka.
I mean, we get Ishigami in a nice way with Miyuki because they really do have a little friendship.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice if they did some type of boys activity again. Remember when they were laying in the grass
mm-hmm.
talking? And then obviously I love Hayasaka. But I want to see more of Hayasaka at school in her real life and not her job.
Yeah, we also wanted to see those 2 girls from the board game club.
Yes, I don't know. I think that just might be a dream.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like a realistic dream, but I want it. I don't know how many episodes are in season 2 of the show, but I hope a lot.
I also hope a lot because I feel like they really amped up animation. Everything. Everything is turned up the knob, I'm really enjoying it.
I really feel you, and I think it's been such high quality so far this season. I don't want to go into another episode being oh my god, it's gonna meet that standard, because I think that's not fair. But the episodes so far have been very good, so whatever this show gives me, I'll take it because I love it. But I'm excited to get into this episode. You ready? Mm-hmm. Sweet.
Campaign season.
Ooh.
Oh no. Oh, only 3 days. She's not wrong. She's also not wrong there. What are these pictures she has, and how does she have them?
She's been in her spy gear. What? Oh no. You don't want it. You don't want it, Kaguya. Oh my god. Close. She's talking so different. Oh my god. Maybe you'll learn something, Kaguya.
She's so good at this.
Huh.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You fabricated an entire life. Good shot.
No. Oh, Hayasaka!
Oh
She's so
my
smart.
god. They're pretty satisfying. Hydraulic press videos.
No, it's not over.
Oh no.
She's done so much research on him. Oh, she's a master.
It's like taking care of yourself. 3 hours?
Was this a test to see if he would stay?
Watching. Just once.
Just once. Please say no. Please say you're in love with someone.
Oh no. Keep me like a side piece?
Get him to say more.
Everyone loses. Hayasaka loses.
I love when words pop up in their eyes. I don't... Would you hire Chika?
Yes.
Ooh, scary.
It's gonna be a lot of pressure. Oh, he's just not gonna realize. Yeah, make it public. Thank you. Meet me behind the building.
Hayasaka is now my favorite character. Kashiwagi knows the deets.
Not yet. She looks upset.
Oh my god. It's on the school news.
This is amazing.
Don't interfere with this precious event. Oh my god. Why is Chika there? This feels like they're in middle school.
Right.
Oh my god, is he gonna be forced to say something kind of sweet? What is he supposed to do?
Please save the day,
Chica.
Chica. Please.
Can Ishigami please come in?
Ishigami needs to be here.
Okay. I want it so bad.
It's not gonna. No
I
way.
know, but I want it. Oh no. Speeches or anything else. Or anything else.
What a good move, Kaguya.
Chica.
The election arc.
Okay, the two from the intro.
Uh-oh. Miko?
Oh, he knows.
Prodigy.
So she's like scaring everyone into voting for her?
Bitch.
She's so cute! I love her.
She called Ishigami
I
a
know.
burnout. Are you kidding me?
I know, but she is very cute. A member of the... Okay, morals.
Ex-president. Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Does he
He
sound
sounds
like
like
Yutaro?
Yutaro. I did not know that. Oh.
We knew that.
What a shot. Music's great too.
Oh my god.
いいのミコ。これは対策を講じる必要があるな。その心配はないと思いますよ。ちゃんと読んでみてください。いいのは融通が利かないクソ真面目というか。逆効果って。
Facts.
なんでわかんないですかね。
But she has Chica.
なおも優勢。
うざさが服着て歩いてる。
本日のかぐや。
みんなどこだろう。
Chica hadn't seen the flyer.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have switched sides even with the praise.
All right. That was Kaguya-sama Love is War, Season 2, Episode 4. What'd you think?
I love this new addition of characters.
Is it Miko Ino?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Miko Ino.
I'm really glad that it's not just, here's some more people to throw into the dynamic of the student council. It's like this more rival role, which I think is nice because normally if there's like romance in a show, you'd think a rival would come from a romantic rival, which is interesting because we get Hayasaka as a pretend romantic rival in this episode, and then we get a academic and student council rival later in the episode. Like
a more permanent type of rival, because obviously Kaguya fills the space of the romance. Yeah. So like,
right, like there's no room for a rival in romance.
Yeah.
But they're like, hey, look, maybe Miyuki doesn't really have getting chosen again in the bag.
Yeah, no, he does. She's a first year, so she has room
I
to
also
lose.
agree. I think he's gonna win.
Look, from a character perspective in the story, she's very good. I enjoy her addition into the story. From a personal sense, I fucking hate her. She called Ishigami a burnout, and I don't have time for that. I don't have time to waste on her. She's a really good character, and I like her addition to the show, though. Miko Ino. Good name, too. I'm excited for the possibility of an eventual outcome where Miyuki does take her under his wing.
Yeah,
and train her.
I wonder what he's going to do now, though. Is he going to do any sort of campaigning? Because she said that he had the complacency of a king, and that she thinks of that as carelessness. Which I would agree. Like, are you so sure that you're not going to do anything about, well, this is how my first year or as president was, and this is what I hope to be in the next year. Like, obviously they're supposed to have speeches, and he already asked Shinomiya to be in charge of that. But I feel like he has to do something now. Especially to earn her respect.
If he does something, though, that means that Miko won. Like, in this little battle, right? Like, that she got to him. If we want it to be that he takes her under his wing, she's going to have to earn respect for him. Agreed.
To want to be taught how to be a good president by him. Yeah. She's either going to need to fall on her face and, as Ishigami said, realize the type of person she is.
Yeah.
Or Miyuki's going to have to do something that's going to impress her.
Yeah. I think that if Kaguya was there, she would have gotten into a fight with Miko from how she was talking up to Miyuki.
I think the kicker and what would have pushed her over the edge is asking Chika to be the vice president, not her.
Ah, that would have been funny.
I think like Hayasaka is probably my favorite character now.
Why?
I already loved her from her kind of meddling part of the plot for Kaguya and being the person that basically is the one that truly knows her and is pushing her to get closer and closer to something that Kaguya actually wants, and love and friendship. And I feel like even though Hayasaka's basically the same age, she's almost being an older sister to Kaguya.
Yeah.
And I really liked her role as that. And I had said, I think at the beginning of the episode, that I wanted more of her in her school life, which is like, I really wanted more of her outside of her work mode. Because we saw this little bit at the end of like season 1 where she was like dancing with her friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to know more about like what Hayasaka does or what she's actually like personality wise removed from her job.
See, it's interesting because we kind of got it and kind of didn't here, because obviously she was playing a part, but through playing her part, we learned information about her from Kaguya, like the kind of videos she watches, how she like uses the PC and builds PCs.
And then we got her reaction to Kaguya afterwards.
Yeah.
Which I think is very telling of her personality too. She was so upset.
Yeah.
She was like, I didn't say I could do it in a day. I didn't want to do that. You made me. And it was really cute.
There was I couldn't tell what this was in the moment. I still can't really tell. There's when Hayasaka's like fake sleeping and like peeping to like check the situation and to check what Miyuki's doing. When she opens her eyes, it's like, what is that? It's like her face or something in her eyeball. Do you see what I'm talking about?
It's not on purpose. It's not supposed to look like a face.
What is it supposed? Is it supposed to be her hair?
It's just
Or
supposed to
eye?
show that that's her eye.
You think?
Yeah.
There's so many
when you
different
draw,
colors
like,
in there.
It's because anime eyes have a lot of colors in them.
I don't know. It looked like something like else. I don't know. But they were, yeah, look, this, I don't know.
It's supposed to be the details of her eyes.
Okay.
Just inverted.
She did look adorable though. And she played the part really well.
When she showed up, I was like, oh, okay, so she's pretending to be someone else. And then he recognized her, and I had completely forgotten the hairstyle she had done when Miyuki came over when Kaguya was sick. So cute. And also like Miyuki's reaction after she left, was it like he couldn't believe that he just turned down a girl, like a pretty girl that just asked him on a date? Was he like embarrassed because he said that there's someone he likes? Like, what was the reason for him being like this, sitting there after she left?
It's a really good question, because like you wonder if Miyuki ever like fears the possibility of that he's wasting his time right now. Like, obviously there hasn't been a confession from Kaguya. He could probably infer that she has feelings, but there's still that possibility that he just turned down a girl and nothing will ever come from him and Kaguya, and that he's wasting time, and that could have been something. So I'm wondering if like there was any type of like doubt there.
I feel a lot better about his reason for not confessing since we got what he said towards the second half of the episode. At first I was like, wow, he just has all this pride. But how he phrased it when everyone was watching and waiting for him to confess was basically that he knows that class-wise he's beneath Kaguya.
Yeah.
He wants her to feel like he deserves her. He wants her to feel like they're equals, and he knows that there's this divide that possibly he could never cross.
Yeah.
And it was a lot more interesting and kind of sweeter than just, I'm not going to confess to her because I want her to have to confess to me. It's like much like, I don't even know if could we ever like bridge that gap and be together? Could she ever look at me as an equal?
Yeah. We had like really good scenes when they were in the courtyard with everybody looking. Sidebar, I love when the school gets involved. Like the entire school. It was like on the TV.
That was probably the best like 2 minutes of the episode, was how it started just spiraling out of control and people were texting people and they were like, you got this.
I think
was like,
they used the term like they were using Line. I could be wrong. I think Line is like a messaging app in Japan.
I
but,
believe so.
We had this great moment though when Miyuki was like internal monologuing, like maybe it's better this way. It went to white. I want to make Kaguya fall in love with me. That's what I thought all this time. It's a matter of pride. Shinomiya and I come from like his like realization here, and like
He's having some momentum in terms of getting closer to possibly ever confessing himself.
yes,
Which is nice to see there being a push. Because I feel like we were recently getting that from Kaguya, where she was kind of realizing she'd just rather be with him
yeah,
than have to, like, try so hard to get him to say something to her. And now we're getting that from him, that he's doing some work to kind of realize he'd just probably prefer to be with her in all of these games.
it does kind of equal out, like you were saying, like Kaguya kind of had her moments of it. There is absolutely nothing I love more than introspection in anime. Like a character like realizing faults or realizing like just like looking within themselves and like processing their thought process, you know?
Yeah,
It's
I like that in any media. I
Yeah.
love when people actually try to be self-aware and or have momentum in their lives where they actually try to better themselves.
right.
And realize things about themselves and improve those things.
So I thought it was necessary to have her confess her love to me before we could date as equals.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel too strongly about Shinomiya now to keep making excuses.
Oh, I'm so glad we're like rewatching this scene because what she says to him when she answers him.
Oh, yes.
Oh, so good.
Well, like it really, it's crazy because she obviously didn't hear what he just said to himself, right?
Yeah.
But it's almost like she did because like she responded in kind, you know? Like she definitely put herself out there here.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I'm going to answer your request, whether it's about campaign speeches or
anything else.
Yes, gladly. Like.
Oh, and then Chika had to go and make things a little more spicy and interesting by introducing a love triangle to everyone.
I love it.
I half expected Ishigami to come in and be like, I thought you would choose me.
Yes, I really wanted that, and everybody was like, what? I really love that, though, because Kagi is really putting herself out there by saying that, you know? Obviously, it could be interpreted in a pure way, but it was really, like, I don't know, it was really nice to see.
And then how she walks away after, and she's like, we better hurry or there's gonna be a riot. Like, look at her. Oh, and then they're like, gotta get out of here. And, of course, everything went over Chika's head.
Yep.
It's interesting
Chika.
that Miko, only wants Chika basically because Chika's a piano prodigy.
I didn't know
From the
Chico
4th grade.
was, right? I wonder if she could even, like, still play well.
Yeah, does she even play anymore? Because she's never talked about it.
Yeah.
All she does is, maybe that's the thing. Like, Chika doesn't do that anymore. She basically just is in the board game club and, like...
This is a really good shot of Miko Ino and Miyuki and her like putting the flyer up to his chest.
Yeah, it was really cool until you find out that the flyer sucks. It would have been really epic if it was like the best flyer ever and her campaign is like flawless.
She has a pretty good design. It's very normie, but it's very good.
I like the little hair ties here. So she has like the front pigtails.
Her eyes are drawn pretty uniquely.
I also love that she's really short.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be like another love connection? Ishigami and Miko,
I thought about it, but fuck her right now, and he deserves better.
Ishigami has his faults.
No, he doesn't. I crave so much Ishigami. It's unhealthy. Like during the love triangle thing, I was sitting there on the edge of my seat, waiting for Ishigami to be like, President, I thought over the summer, like you told me I was gonna be the one or something like that, and then everyone was gonna freak out. I love it. I love like Ishigami and Miyuki's relationship though. Yeah. I really do.
Can we try to figure out what that pigtailed girl that's friends with Kashiwagi is about? Because we always see her peeping on Kashiwagi and her boyfriend and being like upset, and then I think she's caught Kaguya and Miyuki in some type of misunderstanding.
It was
yes.
finger.
But then she looked upset here.
She did.
And I'm like, what is her deal? Does she just hate that other people have love and she doesn't? Is that like her character trait? Like, is she grumpy because she doesn't have a boyfriend? Is that why we always see her with Kashiwagi and her boyfriend in the background, and then with Miyuki and Kaguya?
Maybe she like wants Miyuki and Kaguya's relationship to be her thing. Like, she doesn't like everybody else knowing about it.
That's such a great point. She doesn't even get to tell everyone that she saw something because they're all so busy like freaking out about this confession. So she basically missed her opportunity. She probably kept it a secret out of like respect for them or something, and now she's regretting it because she could have gotten a bunch of attention.
Or she's like a really big fan of them and their relationship that's budding, and she understands that this is not what is happening, and she's upset that everybody's like,
oh, she's like, oh, they don't know what I know. It's not going to be what they think it is. Also, Kashiwagi knows for sure it's not a confession.
Yeah.
You can just tell by how she's been reacting in that whole scene that she's like, I think they like each other, but it's not yet.
I love the emotion because Kashiwagi's definitely like drawn with the face of, oh, I'm so glad that you're happy, but like it's not going to last long. It's not what you're thinking it is. Yeah. And the pigtail girl, though, she definitely is like, I want to know her monologue right now. I want to know what she's thinking. I hope that it's like, you guys are like normies. You don't even know. Like, you haven't been paying attention as hard as I have.
She's just always in like the right spot at the right time.
Yeah.
I think Kashiwagi's a sweetie.
Me too.
Like, I think she genuinely cares about Kaguya and is hoping that someday they're able to confess to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not going to overstep.
This scene that I pulled up is very unsettling.
Oh,
it's Hayasaka like close up in her eyes. Miyuki didn't even like
Is
realize.
this like payback for Kaguya making her try to get Miyuki to go on a date with her?
Probably. I love that Miyuki's like, I feel like I've seen you somewhere.
Okay. Instant evil mastermind face.
I think Chico would be very good at campaign speeches.
I feel like I think she would be better at it to some people in the crowd, and then other people in the crowd would probably respond better to Shinomiya.
The academics would respond better to Shinomiya.
Yeah, but all the like people who are like, Chica's the cutest and most fun, and you know, she's so popular and nice, like those people would be like, oh wow, she's just such a nice, fun girl. And then if Shinomiya gave the speech, they'd be like, I'm so intimidated.
Well, that's why I think Chica would be so good at doing it, because like Miyuki already has like the studious side of it covered. Mm-hmm. Like she would get the
personable
vote.
I feel like all the studious people would respect keeping Shinomiya and Miyuki as president and vice president because they're first and second multiple times in grades. And I mean, obviously, Chica's just great to get all those people for the popular vote of, like, charisma.
I love the scenes where Kaguya is at home with Hayasaka. They're always good. Oh, how can we, before we close it out, how can we not talk on the fact that Hayasaka has been there? Like,
she's been at all of these events.
She's been at every single one. She has been taking pictures and spying on them. Is it like cameras?
I'm sure there's cameras in Kaguya's. Hayasaka wouldn't have let Miyuki in there. That's why she let Miyuki be in there for that many hours. Mm-hmm. It's because she had a freaking camera just to make sure that Kaguya was safe.
But all these shots are shots that we've seen. That means the entirety of this show is actually filmed and being told by Hayasaka. If she has this footage. You know what I mean?
I mean, we have seen her like extra spy abilities, so I'm sure she has cams everywhere.
She's recording this for us, and I am very appreciative of it. She's a great character.
Love it.
All right, you good? Mm-hmm. Cool. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.